How you doing, mate?
Good, good, brother. How are you?
Fantastic, man. Fantastic. We don't do any introductions anymore. We're just gonna go straight in here.
You're
But how you
watching
been, man? Kind of
Calfkick
deep into fight camps now.
Good, good.
Podcast.
I've been fasting. I am training. The training was a little bit hard, but Alhamdulillah, everything is good now.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that's what we like to hear. So Shazab, you're obviously extremely experienced. You're the number one ranked wushu fighter of Pakistan, three-time national champion. Overall, complete murdering spree that you've been having in karate combat. But firstly, before we get into it, what's this beef with India, man?
Bro, it's always been Pakistan versus India. If you watch cricket match, if you watch like every sport, Pakistan India is like always like biggest. Like it gets a lot of views, and everyone loves to watch it because it's so much entertaining. And we have big rivalry like till we separated from each other. So it's like big rivalry between Pakistan and India. So it's gonna be good fight.
Definitely.
Pakistan. I'm representing my country. He's representing his country. So we'll give our 100%, and we will do everything in our to get the win.
Yeah, I mean, look, everyone who knows, yeah, who was a cricket fan from back in the day. My dad was a huge cricket fan, um, you know, being Indian as well, and we all know about the Indian-Pakistan rivalry in cricket, and we're kind of bringing that into karate combat. Is that the goal to kind of get that like kind of interest, man, between rival kind of countries going together again?
Yeah, the fight between India and Pakistan always has been like big thing. Everyone was like in cricket we have a lot of matches between Pakistan and India, and if you see like if they announce the match and the
Yeah,
ticket gets sold out, every ticket gets sold out because it's like a lot of emotions behind Pakistan versus India fight. And in fighting, this is the first time in history like we are making like Pakistan versus India, and it's like team fights. We are three team like we are three fighters from Pakistan, three are from India. I'm the captain of Pakistan team. So this is like always been a dream for me to fight with Indian fighters, and it's always like like a lot. It's like a lot of everyone gets emotional to this fight. Everyone wants to watch this fight. So
yeah.
it's good. It's big thing.
Is there a little bit of a chip on the Pakistani fighter's shoulders in a way because you're going into it and there's not that many world class Pakistani fighters, especially even India. There's not many. You guys going into this with a bit of a chip on your shoulder as well?
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of pressure because they all the, like everyone is watching you. All the Pakistani like Pakistan is like big country. India is big country. So
Yeah,
a lot of people they're like we have to represent them. We are not just fighting for ourselves. We are fighting for our countries. So it's a big like big pressure on our shoulders. But at the end of the day, it's a sport. It's a sports. It's a message for peace. So Pakistan India has always been enemies to each other. So this
yeah,
fight is like that's why I accepted this fight because I want to spread peace, between the countries, make them closer to each other. Like
yeah,
the more they like see each other, the more they will be closer. And we are like not enemies. We are just like because of politics. They show us like we are enemies, but we are
yeah.
like this is fight. This is the fight to show everyone like we are not about everything is not about like India and Pakistan. They are good friends. They can become good friends, and we can spread peace.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's be honest, man, if we see a South Asian winning, man, it's a win for all of us, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's not many world-class South Asian elite fighters. So kind of growing up here, when you first started off in this sport, or even before you first started off in this sport, obviously Pakistan doesn't have like a massive combat sports community. How was it kind of coming to your family and just telling them, look, I want to be a fighter? Was that a little bit difficult?
Yeah, in the beginning, your family wants you to like do something that you can like
Yeah.
help yourself and your family in the future. So this was kind of like new thing to my family, and they have been supporting me from the beginning. My family is like different. They have been supporting me from the beginning, and they don't want. They just told me like do whatever you want, you can do like, and they always pushed me like through this. Because in the beginning, there was some time I left the sports. I left the sport because of some
Yeah.
politics, some issues, but my family was there. My mother was there. They supported me and they pushed me and they get me back into the sports. So
Yeah.
sports is not just about like financial. It's like about a lot of things. You become an ambassador of your country. You represent all your country and you represent your family. So it's like a big thing. It's not just like we do it for money.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pride, you know, exactly as your name kind of suggests, man. Pride of Pakistan, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
you're prideful. Eh, I'm guessing you get a lot of, oh, but you know, why do you want to be a fighter? Like, shouldn't you be a doctor or a lawyer or an accountant or something like that? Did you ever get that?
Yeah, a lot of people told me like, why you're wasting your time in this sports, in Pakistan, especially in Pakistan, there is no future of sports in Pakistan, because
Mm.
nobody cares about sports, and there's one more thing, we don't have a lot of good fighters like in, big stages. So this is like beginning for me, like, I came here to America and I'm representing my country and I'm the first Pakistani fighter to represent my country. And now everyone is like supporting me, like everyone is like so happy because this is like one way to like our people are like so because there's a lot of politics, a lot of things going on. So this
Yeah,
is for me is like gift to my people, give them some happiness. When I win
yeah.
fight, everyone is happy. So this is from my side something to my community. I'm giving back to my community.
And you know what? You know what I really like about you as well, Shazaib. Yeah, I like the fact that you're not completely nice. You got a bit of a nasty, mean streak, yeah, and it looks good, man, on camera. You're like, yeah, this is selling the fight a little bit. Is that something you planned, yeah, or do you just feel like you've got a bit of a mean streak sometimes closer to fight night?
Yeah, because fight is all about like you are not. We are not in the pit. We are not friends. We
Yeah,
are here to kick each other. Like we have to break each other. Like he's ready to kill me. I'm ready to kill him. So it's like not like just what do you say, like friendship. We can do friendship outside of the pit. Once we finish the fight, before fight we are like enemies. After fight we are friends. So
yeah.
it's part of game, and this is a professional martial arts. In professional, you have to sell your fights. You have to, give people something. Give them entertainment. Everyone wants entertainment. If you become humble and you become so nice, nobody cares about you. Nobody
Yeah,
wants
it's
to
true.
fight. So now my fights, if you watch my fights, every fight of my fight gets like millions of views, and
Yeah,
everyone is like, and everyone wants to watch it. Everyone is so hyped for my fights. So it's all about business. You have to create your brand. You have to, show people something. You have to entertain them. So that's why they are like, spending their time. They have a lot of things to do. Like, they can watch movies. They can do, something else. So you have to do something. You have to show them, this
that's
is
true.
entertainment than any other thing.
I couldn't, you couldn't say it any better because I feel like, especially with a lot of South Asian fighters, every South Asian fighter I've ever followed, they're very kind of not timid, but it's like there's no trash talk. It's just very respectful. And let's be honest, man, it's hard enough for us to kind of break in anything, isn't it? So yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you're kind of leading the wave, man. It's
Yeah,
great to see.
that's why you don't see a lot of fighters and a lot of like if you take an example of Conor McGregor and Khabib
Yeah,
as well, they are like trash talkers and they do like they sell their fights like this, because everyone cares about them and if they are fighting, everyone wants to ask, There are some guys they're like just like they just fight. It's not just about fighting. Professional is different. In professional martial arts, they are doing business. They're selling their tickets. They want views. So if you are not good at that, so nobody cares about it. They are like world elite class fighters. If you take like kickboxers, like there are a lot of good kickboxers, like elite class kickboxers. Nobody watch them, So
yeah,
it's not like
definitely.
fighting in the cage. You have to like fight outside, You have to show them something.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. So changing gears a little bit, you're fighting Rana Singh, April 20th. Quite a big one as well, man. 3 versus 3 Pakistan versus India fight. How do you envision your fight to go?
Yeah, I always envision my fights. I'm ready for it. Whenever somebody asks me, what's your suggestion? My suggestion is to I will knock him out in the first round. So I'm ready for this. I've been training for this. It's not like just I talk. I've been training for this. I do all work. I put the hard work. Then I talk. So it's like for me always like first round knockout. I will go for first round finish. So.
Yeah. Now you're violent, man. Every fight that I've seen you in, it's just like 100% kicking, 100% punch,
Yeah,
100% this.
inside the pit, I'm different. I'm different. Outside, if you meet me, I'm different. I have two like different kind of personalities. One is like if I go into the fight, I become like violent. I don't care about it. I just go like there. I give like my 100%. Like I do everything. Like I want like I don't want boring fights. There are a lot of
Yeah.
fighters who just go there. They want to waste their time. They just want to like they just want to win. I'm not here to win. I'm here to dominate. I have I'm here to show everyone, like, you know, I'm something, you know, and
Yeah.
I a lot of pressure of my country, you know, I have to represent my country very well. And there are a lot of fighters from, like, you know, different countries, but not from my country. So this is like big pressure on me. So I have to tell them, like, you know, Pakistan is good. Like, you know, we have good fighters. So I want to them remember my country and my name, you know.
Yeah, definitely, man. And you know, speaking on that pressure, because obviously there's going to be a lot of pressure for yourself, Shazaib. You're actually fighting with Salman Khan presence, man. How do you find that? How do you find? Yeah, sorry. How do you find that, man? That's crazy,
Yeah, Salman Khan is like he is
man.
like a favorite of everyone, you know, since childhood. I
Yeah,
was movies, like my family is watching his movies. Everyone's like, when the news get spread, everyone's like, really, Salman Khan is coming. I said, yeah, he's coming. So everyone is so excited, and there are a lot of people, they are coming to, you know, see my fight. Especially now I'm fighting in Dubai, because I have been fighting in America like last year. Everyone is like so hyped for my fights. Now finally I'm fighting in Dubai. It's like close to my country, you know. So everyone wants to come and support me there. So there you will see a lot of people there. You will see the arena is full of, you know, Pakistani people and Indian people, you know.
yeah.
So it'll be great night.
Yeah, you've got quite a big support system, in fact, isn't it? I mean, I've seen a lot of your fights where there's a lot of Pakistanis that come. Is there a lot of your family members and friends, or is it just general, you know, general people from the
Yeah,
Pakistan
when
community?
I came to America, I did my first fight. It became
Yeah.
like super viral, you know, viral in America, viral in Pakistan. It was everywhere, like every magazine, every news channel. Then there was my second fight in Miami. I was not expecting, like, you know, Pakistan. I don't have any family members here, but now when I came here, I made family here, you know. But when I was in Pakistan, I had no family member here. So when I came here, I made a lot like my family here. So now I have family here. So when I was fighting in Miami, it was like my second fight in karate combat. I see there are a lot of people when they announce my name. I see like there was like screaming everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I see a lot of flags like everywhere. I was shocked, like what's happening here, you know, and it gave me a lot of like pressure. You know, it was the first time I see like the arena was full and there was like main event fight. Nobody cared about main event, you know, they were just came for my fight and they were just, you know, screaming my name and they were against my opponent, you know, close to my opponent, and my opponent got like, you know, he like pissed off and he started throwing chairs on my fans, you know, because they were a lot and they were just like taking my name Shazaib all the time. And when my fight finished, everyone like left, you know, everyone left. They don't care about main event and they left. They didn't watch the main event fight, you know, so it's crazy.
That's crazy. That's almost like a, you know, mini Conor McGregor kind of moment. You know, when he first come into the UFC and it was like just Irish flags everywhere. That was the kind of feeling. And it was only your second fight or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it was my second fight. So yeah, man, you have to, like, you know, you have to put the hard work and then everything will be okay.
Yeah, 100%, man. I saw some documentary, really interesting documentary with you. I think it might have been done by the Goatshed himself, but I thought it was brilliant. It kind of
Oh yeah, you're talking about the Law of the Goat.
that's the one. I love
Yeah,
that. That was
it's
brilliant.
it's like part. It was about to announce on Netflix, but it has some issues, you know. So that's
Oh,
why.
really?
So it's like not Goat Show. It's like big promotion. They did Law of the Goat. Is the name of it.
Yeah, something like that. But I thought it was so good. Like there was a lot of things that I kind of learned from yourself. And in fact, it was I learned a little bit about the president and your manager, Asim, as well. And what I really like, I found this really funny. He's like, "Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work, man." Like he's just really
Yeah,
honest. He's coming over. I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna work. Like this guy's never trained in MMA ever. He's done 5 weeks of training. Like I'm very nervous, man, before the bare knuckle MMA fight. What
yeah.
were your kind of feelings going
Yeah,
into that?
for that fight, I will give you some brief information about that.
Yeah,
I never fought in MMA in my life. You know, I never did like grappling
yeah,
classes. Or like I don't have any ground game. My background was wushu sanda. You know, it's like this striking and some takedowns. So when I fought my second fight in karate combat, I went back to my country, Pakistan. So I've been like spending my holidays there. You know, so I got a call from my manager. She was saying like, "Oh, you have an opportunity. You are fighting in Game Bird Hospital, George Masvidal, Gambard FC. You are fighting there." I said, okay. I said, I thought it's like something like, you know, then she said like, it's like a MMA fight, but bare knuckle MMA. I said, oh man, this is hard. It's MMA is like, it was my first MMA fight, but that one was like bare knuckle MMA. So it's more like most violent and more dangerous sports in the world. I've been taking like off some time off. I've been with my family enjoying the time. Then I hear the news. Then I booked my flights. I came back here. It was like, I think 4 5 weeks. I started training MMA.
That's
So
crazy.
my coach was like, he said no, and he told me like a few sparring in the beginning of like first week. He told me like, I have to pull you out. He was not like, he said you are not ready. Then I switched.
What?
Yeah, then I switched. Then and if you watch the interview, he said in the interview as well. We were
Yeah,
talking.
he did. He did.
Yeah, we were talking. He said like, I have to pull you out from this fight because he was like, no, you are not ready for this. Then I switched my button, and then it started like I didn't sleep for not like nights. I've been thinking for like techniques, like what to do. Like I've been preparing in my mind like all the time. So then after that, I become very good. Like after like 2 weeks of training, I became very good. And then my coach said, now you are ready. Then I went there, and my opponent, he was like 15 fights. He was 15 professional fights, and he was undefeated in bare knuckle boxing. And it was my first experience in bare knuckle and MMA. So I went there, I smashed him, I finished him in the
Yeah.
first. Yeah.
Oh man, that was brutal, man. Yeah, that was a thorough beatdown as well. What was your kind of, were you a bit anxious going into that? Because firstly, you're doing bare knuckle, which is bloody hell. And then secondly, you probably worried a little bit about the takedowns, kind of all that kind of stuff. What was your anxiety going into that?
Yeah, my anxiety, but I knew like, I believe in myself. My mind is so strong. I believe I can like, do anything. I tell my mind like, you are a monster. You can do anything. So in my mind, I was ready, before the fight. Everyone was, when I was in the backstage, everyone was like, they were like, I see in their face, they were like scared, My coach said like, it's going to be blood fight. You will go till last round, but you will, if you are strong in mind, you will win the fight. He was like, we were ready for like, go to the like war for 3 rounds. But in my mind, I was like thinking about like, no, I'm ready. I can do this. I've been through like harder than this. This is nothing for me. I've been prepared for this like all my lifetime. I came here. This is my opportunity. I have to shine in this opportunity. And it was big fight. So I did good there.
No, you smashed it. You smashed it as well, man. Is there bare knuckle MMA a little bit more kick centric? Because I'm assuming that you'd have to protect your hands a little bit more. You can't really go too crazy as you would with wraps and gloves. Is it a little bit more kick centric?
Because in bare knuckle, it's like your hands. If you hard like very hard, if you go crazy with boxing, you will break your hands. In the first round, then you have like 2 more rounds. So I was like, I knew like my kicks are good. So why don't I use my kicks and my knees? So I went there when I got the opportunity. And yes, I was looking for like I don't want to like throw punch and land on his elbows or in his hands. I wanted to land on his face. So I got the chance. I landed every shot.
Yeah, no, it was a great performance, man. Brilliant. So just changing gears a little bit,
So yeah, it's gonna same happen with Rana Singh.
yeah.
He doesn't know about me. When he gets into me in the pit, I will do the same with him. I will like kick his ass.
Do you feel like, is there any bad blood at all? It's just, again, as you said, it's just a fight at the end of the day, no?
No, with Rana Singh, he talked bad about my country. He was commenting like bad about my country. So for him, I don't talk about India because I have from India and I have a lot of support from India. I know like it's like India, Pakistan, it's like just countries. You can't blame the country. You can blame the people, but you can't blame the country. So for me, it's like he's like crossing the line. He's talking bad about my country. So I'm gonna give him some, show him how to like how to be humble. So I will humble him in the pit.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Do you feel like there's a line in MMA, where you can't cross when it comes to trash talk? Because there's different schools of thought. There's some people that are like, yeah, anything goes, man. You could say anything. It's a fight. It's life and death, man. What's a few words gonna do? And then there's other people that are like, nah, man. There's certain things you can't say. what kind of school of thought are you at, Shazaib?
Yeah, for me, it's like, we are fighting like two men, you are man, I am man. So we are fighting each other. You can say anything. You can say anything for against me. Like, you can say like you're bullshit, you're trash. You can talk a lot of bad things, but country, you can't talk about country, about country and religion. These two things, they're like, you can't talk about these two. You can do anything, you can just like slap me. You can do anything. I don't care, it's like, I know, like, it's a business, you have to do this, but for personal, like, you go to the country and you go against like my religion, then I will not let you, go away with it. I will smash you then.
Yeah,
And I will go like, I will fight you. I will not like, just like for a sport. I will just go there. I will finish you as much as I can,
yeah, yeah. It makes sense. I mean, some people just would take that completely personally. I know religion is very important to you. You're obviously a big believer in Islam as well. How important is faith, yeah, in terms of your fighting ability, your skill set, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, religion is the most important thing in the, everything, this life is just for like, this is just for a test for us, we are
Yeah,
here in this world. It's like just test. Afterwards, we everyone have to go to the God, everyone has to answer what he did, so this is like religion plays an important role in everything, like, in sports. If you take sports, like, I believe in God, like, he's supporting me from the beginning. I never thought about coming here to in America. It was not in my mind, so I came here, and then I never thought like I would be first Pakistani to fight in this big league, so it was like, these are the things you are dreaming of me. Like, I was dreaming of these things, I never thought like it will happen, but I asked God, and I asked God. He gives me more than, what I ask. So he gives me a lot, like, all the time, whenever I ask him, he gives me more than what I ask. So for me, it's like a lot of everything,
yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. In terms of just changing gears a little bit, how is it training at the Goat Shed? Because I've seen some absolutely crazy footage here on Instagram. I know Instagram is completely different from real life. I'm not expecting it to be the same, but how different is it?
Yeah, Goatshed like, it's different from everywhere. I've been training everywhere, like, so it's different. In Goatshed, we have like a lot of fighters, like professional fighters. All are monsters. Like, everyone is monster, and they are like 100% into it. They are not part-time fighters. They are like 100% into the sports, and they just sports is their life. So everyone is like, so like, focused, and we have a lot of good fighters there. A lot of UFC fighters come to our gym to finish their camp, in our gym, so it's good. And I've been training there. It's like, in the stadium is a little bit different. In
Yeah,
reality, everyone cares about you. If you do something, they will come and cheer for you. If they say like you're good, like, they give you a lot of motivation. I see a lot of fighters. I get that a lot of motivation from them. And our coach Asim Zaidi, he's like, he's genius. He has been training everywhere. Like, he trained with Royce Gracie. Like, a lot of, like, he has a lot of knowledge, and learning from him is like the best thing. It's like elite class, like high level, techniques and everything. So
yeah,
in Goatshed, it's good. Like, it's like sometimes we put pressure on you when you are for sparring. Everyone is like, roasting you if you do something wrong. Everyone is like roast you, like, oh, you're trash. So it's
yeah.
good. It's the same like fights. So we create the environment of fight. So when you go into fight, your mind is like ready for this, because you have been every day, like, you're doing this same thing.
Yeah. Before the Goat Shed, so just before the Goat Shed, I'm just gonna go back a little bit. You had a fight at one championship. It didn't go your way, of course. And
Yeah.
you said you kind of said that you took a couple of years out of the game a little bit. Tell me what happened during that time and how you kind of got over that period as well.
Yeah, it was like, for me, there was like nothing. I didn't see any like paths. I've been
Yeah.
been champion in my country like for more than 10 years. I've been national champion. Nobody has ever beat me in my country. So it was like, for me, it was like top class. I reached to the certain level, and I fought in one championship. It was like biggest stage of martial arts. And one thing, like, in the before, I had no training like partners. I had no like coach. I've been training on YouTube, like,
Yes, man.
watching, yeah, I've been watching YouTube
Great.
videos. I'm training my own self. And then I got the opportunity to fight in one championship. It was like against world champion. He was lightweight world champion. He's the baddest motherfucker in the
Yeah.
sport. So I take the fights like in like 3 days, 3 weeks notice, and I've been training like my own. I have been training like I had no training partners, no sparring partners, watching YouTube videos, doing scheduling your own things. So it was like hard, but I did like good. I was winning the fight, in the
Yeah.
last, it's the sports. So after that, I become like I see like there's no support. Like I am never like nobody's supporting me, and there's nothing like in this sport. And there are a lot of people they're saying why you're wasting your time. So that's why I take some time off. I wanted to like leave the sports. I do some business, from away from that. Then I got the opportunity from Goat Management. Then my life has been changed.
Yeah. Was it Laura that you reached out to? Wasn't it?
Yeah, she's my manager. Goat, it's like Goat Management. She's the Laura. She's the manager. So
That's awesome, man. She took a bit of she took a bit of a risk on you. I mean, you must.
Yeah, she took a lot of risk. She never. First of all, I'm from like a South Asian country, and trusting on like it's hard. And she never meet me like she never knew me, and she had no idea who I am like But she watched my fights. She saw my talent, And then after that, she's like 100%. She was like crazy. Like she was working all nights to bring me here, and it was hard to get my visa and everything. There were a lot of expenses to get the visa, So she was like, no, I have to bring this guy here. He has talent. And she told me before, like, if I bring this guy here, he'll be superstar. Now, like nobody believed in me, but she was believing in me, and she brought me here. Now you see, like everything has changed.
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, even forking out, the money for the attorney from her own pocket. That's insane, man.
Yeah, she gave the attorney from his like retirement funds. She gave the money from there, to get me here. So,
nah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. What would you say? So, who's your fighting influence in terms of growing up? Yeah, who was like the guy that you looked up to, going, yeah, I want to be like him.
Yeah, there are a lot of guys I have been looking for. In MMA, if you take, I've been watching Conor McGregor, a lot. When there was Khabib and Conor was fighting, I was posting like good about Conor. Everyone was like against me. You were like
really, you're posting for Conor.
Yeah, I posted for him on my channels, and everyone's like mad at me. Everyone unfollowed me, and they say, "Oh, you're following a bad guy,"
No way.
But my favorite fighter, you can't like say like you can't like fake it, So he was my favorite. So, but everyone like I said, no, I don't care about you. I support this guy, because his style is like similar to my. He's striker, he's more striker. So I love his style. But Khabib is also he's super like he's very good. He's the greatest of all the time. But I was like I like his style, Conor style more. So everyone was roasting me. So there were a lot of like guys like if you take like a lot of Prince Naseem. I was watching.
Yeah,
he was a monster,
Yeah, Prince Naseem was the guy.
Yeah, Prince Naseem, he was like my favorite fighter. Whenever in the beginning we had no like internet in our country, So there was like some guys, our like richest friends, they had internet, they had YouTube. So when we go there in their house, I just type like Prince Naseem, I watch fights like all the time, like when I got the chance.
But what do you think of Conor nowadays? Because obviously he's changed quite a bit since the Khabib days, isn't it? Do you feel like he's still your favorite fighter, or?
Yeah, he's still my favorite. He is like, he changed the sports, he changed the sports. If you take the UFC, like now everyone knows about UFC. When now he came into acting, like his life is like, big. He had a lot of achievements, nobody. And in 2021, he got the like most highest paid athlete in the world. And then if you see his acting, he's now in his debut, he make like 50 million plus views, he gets. So he's like a legend, bro.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Final two questions, Shazaib, before we get out of here, because I know you're a busy man, but I saw that you met up with Nate Diaz, Shavkat Rahkamonv. I can't remember, there's someone else as well. But you've met some kind of big names, in Las Vegas a few weeks ago. Who were you most starstruck by?
Yeah, there were a lot of guys. I met Muslim Salikov. He was Sanda King. I met him. I under trained with, like, he was training. I met him. So I meet a lot of fighters. Like Sean O'Malley was there. He was
That's one.
yeah, he was close to my. He was watching my fights. When I knocked the guy out, he was like shocked. Like his mouth was wide open. And
That's sick.
yeah, he was there. Then I went and meet him. And then Mike Perry was there. Mike Perry is like, he comes to our gym like all the time. He's like, good friend of us. So
Yeah.
Lex Pereira, he was there. He watched my fight.
Yeah, I saw the shake. You were shaking his hand, didn't it? After you knocked the guy out. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. So a lot of guys were there, and I met Shavkat. And after my fight, when I went to there was a restaurant. We went there. It's like famous in Las Vegas. So Shavkat was there. I met him, and he told me like, "Oh, you are the guy. Yesterday night, you knocked the guy." So he knew, like, he watched my fight.
No way.
So he was not in the fight because he had fight next day, But
Yeah.
like his fight, I was there. Like we were enjoying with my friends to a restaurant, and we met him. He said like, "Oh, you are the guy." I
No way.
Yeah, he told me like, "I saw your fight, good knockout," So everyone, like a lot of UFC fighters, their eyes on Karate Combat. They're watching Karate Combat because Karate Combat is like growing super fast. It's like most like viewed sports like in like few period of time.
Yeah, 100%, man. Definitely. Final question for you, and we always end it off like this. We love this question, but where do you see yourself in 5 years' time, Shazaib?
Yeah, in 5 years, 5 years is a long time. I see myself like champion of 2 to 3 leagues. So yeah, inshallah, I will be the champion of 2-3 leagues in 5 years, and I will be bigger name, than like everyone, like superstar. Inshallah.
Yeah, I'd love to see it, man. I'd love to see it, and I'm looking forward to seeing the journey, Shazaib. But look, thank you so much for coming on the show. You're awesome guest, Shazaib.
Thank you so much.
No worries, man. Look, the final word goes out to you. Shout out whoever you need to shout out. Plug any sponsor that you like to plug. It's your spotlight, man. Go for it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for supporting me from beginning to now. This is just the beginning. We have a lot of, you have a big way to go. Inshallah, everything will be good. I need everyone's support. Keep supporting me, and inshallah, you'll see big knockout in April 20th.
100%, man. Looking forward to it. India versus Pakistan. Make sure you guys watch it. Thank you.